Recently, I played through Half-Life without the help of some friends to keep me sane.
The following is a completely accurate summary of the campaign. Trust me.
If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. The game begins with a tram ride through the Black Mesa Research Facility. This goes on for a little while.
For the security and convenience of the Black Mesa Research Facility personnel.
Still going. I'm sure it'll be over soon. Any second now.
Please keep your limbs inside the train at all times. Do not attempt to
Is this still going on? Okay. I'm let off the tram by a Barney and into the reception area where another Barney lets us know that he lost all of our emails because the system went down, so I get him into some trouble for being so inept. I get lost trying to find my way to the dressing room and explode someone's lunch because apparently Gordon's a fucking gremlin to all of his coworkers. I put on the HEV suit and it starts monologuing at me, but I'm more distracted by some awesome music playing that definitely doesn't fit the tone of the area, but I really don't care.
Munition level monitoring activated. Communications interface online. Have a very safe day.
I take an elevator, but it's a little slow for my taste, so I fracture my legs jumping down early, but that's okay, I'll recover. After listening to some sci-fi gobbledygook that I really don't care about, I'm let down into the test chamber to try out the brand new Aperture Science handheld portal device. No, wait, wrong script, that doesn't come till later. As I'm walking down to the test chamber, some computer stuff explodes, but I'm sure that'll be totally fine. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Some coworkers let me know that we're going to be mixing things up a bit by trying something unstable, because we need to prove to our boss that the money he's spending on our research is justified and not to worry. There's totally nothing that could go wrong at all. I turn on the anti-mass spectrometer and one of the scientists mentions that there was a bit of an abnormality, but it smoothed itself out, so it'll be fine. I push the specimen into the anti-mass spectrometer and oh no, unforeseen consequences happen when the thing overloads and immediately causes a resonance cascade. No one could have seen this coming. The chamber explodes and that's the end of the game. But then,
My employers realize the monumental task laid before you may be too much for a simple-minded individual such as yourself, so I've been authorized to send you some friends to drive you insane.
oh, hello. The science team wakes up in the middle of Ground Zero that we all survive with the power of because the plot says so we head off to immediately start breaking the game because it was designed for one person, not 5.
No, hey, come back here, bitch.
Get crushed. Oh.
Major fracture detected.
Somebody got
Let
hurt.
me in, let me in!
I got hurt.
It's too no. It's too far.
We meet up with the scientists from earlier who ask us to head to the surface and get some help, so we die our way through some basic puzzles and beat up some anti-vaxxers who tried to fuck with the science team. We borrow a guard's pistol because it's not like he's gonna need it, and kill some peeper puppies. We beat our way through some more enemies and half the team blows themselves up, but that's okay, death is only temporary, the science team is forever. After rescuing a scientist and blowing ourselves up again, we beat on the scientist and meet our first Vortigaunt that we immediately kill because we're homicidal xenophobes. We take a diagonal elevator down and crowbar some sentient hot pockets and peeper puppies before struggling with some more basic puzzle solving. We fail some jumps across cargo crates and take an elevator to the next area, where we continue to fail our way through more basic puzzles. After crawling through some vents full of hot pockets and getting eviscerated by an AC fan, we climb up some more vents and break our way into the next area full of more hot pockets. Some scientists attempt to escape through the vents just like us, but they're immediately killed because they didn't have a crowbar. Vortigaunts attack us again, but they're no match for physical violence, and we make fun of a guy who died by being crushed by a lamp before moving on.
Fucking lamp.
After beating up some more anti-vaxxers, we search the freezer for some ice cream, but there's only bull squids. Not quite the same flavor. We crawl into more AC vents to escape the freezer and beat up some more hot pockets because the game designers thought there wasn't nearly enough vent crawling and head crabs yet. I repeatedly fail an easy jump and climb into an elevator, and we meet up with more NPCs, but someone accidentally pressed the fire door, so Hello Nurse explodes into Gibbs. We explode through some mines and firing squad our way through some turrets, before exploding our way through even more mines and more turrets. Some epic music starts playing while we wait for an elevator, so we slowly ascend upstairs to fight some more military and then get lost trying to find our way to the next area. I teleport everyone into an elevator and we run our way through an airstrike into a bunker where some more awesome music starts playing. And then we get lost in some air vents for a while. Turns out we didn't even need to go through the air vents, there's a ladder next to the fan at the beginning of the vents that we were supposed to take instead. We open a blast door and punch our way through a barricade into some more anti-vaxxers where we explode. After taking an elevator, we have to take a minecart and it's super janky because this section was already bad solo, but now there's 6 of us. We're immediately exploded by some peeper puppies while we attempt to get the cart moving, but no one knows how to control it, so it starts running off without me. The minecart crashes and we're tossed into a pool of Mountain Dew that starts to kill us slowly, just like regular Mountain Dew. We crawl into a pipe and kill some bull squids before getting into another elevator that slowly brings us to the next area. After killing our way across some bridges, we're attacked by a giant enemy crab, so we head off to turn on the rocket engine to hit its weak point for massive damage. Dr. Wylder sacrifices himself to turn on a fan and we get confused because of old game logic. We have to jump into the fan so it flies us up to the right place. And now for some more Hot Pocket-filled vent crawling. We turn on the fuel and oxygen for the rocket and head back to the main room to turn on the power. We shoot our way through some peeper puppies and take a Metal Gear Solid 3 ladder down to the power room. The rocket activates and we burn away the crab so we can jump down its anus and drown. We wander into another cart track, but it's guarded by a radioactive roly-poly, so we run away and try to find the power switch. We kill like 24 soldiers and blow ourselves up before turning on one of the generators. More soldiers ambush us and we fight our way to a second generator where we lure the roly-poly into some wires so we can cook it for dinner. Unfortunately, we overcooked it, so we leave it there and take a minecart to the next area. And now for the derpiest chapter in the game. We all have to ride this cart, but if it ever gets stuck, that means one of us has to jump and it'll instantly kill that person, and that's the only way to unstick it. It's like Russian roulette. That happens a lot in this level. It's almost like this game wasn't designed for more than one person. We take an elevator and get ambushed by some soldiers, so we ask them politely to fuck off. We drive the cart into some mines and explode, so we walk our way back to it and fight some aliens. I'm starting to think that this level just sucks normally. Dr. Wylder sacrifices himself for the good of the science team again, and we fight through some more soldiers and turrets until I get blasted by a rocket launcher. We take an elevator, but everyone dies, so we struggle through even more kart driving because no one designing this game stopped to question whether this was an excessive amount of kart driving. After making it outside and blowing myself up, we launch a rocket for some reason. I'm sure one of the scientists from earlier probably told us why, but everyone's so loud it's hard to pay attention to anything in this game. And we head downstairs for more kart driving, but this one's a little different. It's still just as deadly. We swim through a hall and do some barrel parkour so we can swim through another hall. We fight a cocaine catfish and paint a room red with Gibbs before drowning again. We struggle through some 90s parkour and then struggle through some more 90s parkour. A scientist lets us know that everyone's been watching us the whole time, so I guess we're into voyeurism. We take an elevator to a Barney that gets assassinated by a BDSM ninja, because that's a thing that the US military has apparently, and then we get beaten up and kidnapped by the military to join their orgy. And now we're in a recreation of the garbage disposal scene from Star Wars. So we escape and run outside to ride a grain silo down to a Mountain Dew bottling plant. We swim through some Mountain Dew without its artificial coloring and ride some murderous conveyor belts. We walk into a room full of peeper puppies that the scientists have been keeping because, surprise, Black Mesa has actually been bringing aliens from the other dimension here for a while now, and the resonance cascade was just an escalation of something that was already going on. A Barney lets us know that the only way out is to find some scientists that are trapped in the area, so we murder some soldiers to save them. We're attacked by some alien grunts that absolutely annihilate us, and we watch GMan pet his bug friend, Jeff. After solving a laser puzzle and activating some action music, we laser open a wall and rescue some scientists from the world's first AI-controlled haircut machine. It works about as well as you'd expect. We heard the scientists at the front door and they open it for us and warn us about some other stuff, but everyone's making a shitload of noise, so it was hard to tell what they were saying.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. There's turrets! There's turrets! Help! I'm gonna die! There's a lot of people here! Oh my god!
It's probably fine, it probably wasn't important. We fight through some more soldiers and all get killed by an attack helicopter, so we swim under a dam to sneak through. And then we get a little lost and where exactly we're supposed to go, but that's pretty much been par for the course at this point. We jump into a storm drain and listen to the Valve song while we struggle to stay alive.
It's the valve noise.
Haha, funny sound, funny sound. Ow, I can't. I was not killed by a sentry turret. That is bullshit.
After taking out a helicopter with a rocket, we wander into an area full of soldiers and die our way through some awesome music. This game's got an awesome soundtrack.
Oh my god, it's spawning me in the middle, guys. Oh god.
I'm trying to do this parkour.
Holy shit, there's so many soldiers.
Wow, yep, there sure are.
I got a rocket launcher. Move.
Hang on, we all have rocket launchers.
Mine's special. Mine's named Susan.
We jump down into an explosives hold and get to the worst section of the game. Yeah, worse than Zen in co-op. Unlike the rest of the game in co-op, where dying sets you back to a checkpoint where you can just catch up to everyone else, blowing something up here resets the entire level. And there's no quick saving like the original, the entire level gets reset. So I have to suffer through this myself so no one else blows it up and resets the level. And of course, I do that with absolutely no problems whatsoever.
Happen. Only I died.
level for everyone.
What the fuck? Was that one of you guys?
No.
No.
You.
That was me? What did I do?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me!
Okay.
Alright.
Well, I'm gonna try something. It's probably gonna blow us up.
Okay, so crates
Okay.
plus explosive
Yeah,
equals...
crates
yeah.
on the explosives don't work.
No.
No, we can do this. We can fucking do this.
You say we. You say we.
Who did that? Was that
That was you.
wasn't me, was it?
Whoever's
I
the
just
first
had-
one to die is the one who did it. Your name is on there first.
Oh my god.
You want some? What?
Is there a way for us to do that?
One of the head crabs set it off.
They're head crabs.
Go the head crab then.
I tried.
Well, at least now I get to eat my pasta.
Oh no. I accidentally strafed into one of the lasers.
Alright, hang on. Let me try.
Fuck, dude.
No, we'll have to
Fuck.
beat it because he needs the footage.
Yeah.
Take one look through that door.
Will!
I didn't know. I suspected that was a mine. I didn't know.
You're heading Take one look through that door and you'll see what I
Fuck. Fuck, dude. I hate this so much.
Yeah, there is no quick save function.
Son of a bitch. I have no idea how to do this. Yeah, I think I've solved the puzzle. I did it!
You almost
Damn.
Oh my god, you almost set that off! Holy shit!
Well, we got
I
a
just
checkpoint. We
fled.
got a checkpoint. It's okay.
We ride an elevator and pick up the bee gun. I don't know what it's actually called, but it sounds like bees. We call upon the power of Dr. Bees, and a manta ray flies in and drops some aliens on us. Because apparently we weren't struggling enough against just the US military. A Barney lets us into the storage area, and we restock on ammo, and get confused about more 90s parkour because the level design in this game is really strange. Our Uber from Battlefield 3 drops in some more military, and we try to figure out more confusing 1990s puzzle solving, which involves running back to the Barney from earlier and trying to herd him to the right area so we can move on. I think. We kind of already made it to the right area, but it didn't work until we got Barney there too. We use a flesh trampoline and do some parkour and die to some Jeffs because the game designers were like, there was enough head crabs and vents, take some snarks instead. We try our hand at becoming mechanics, but none of us know a thing about cars because Kevin's not here. So we decide to go back to doing what we're good at, blowing things up and murdering the US military. After unleashing the bees on an alien, we blow up an anime convention because nobody knows how to shower and struggle to jump up a flesh trampoline to the roof. We crawl into a boiler because that's totally a good idea and meet up with another Barney who opens the door for us after we herd him to the control booth. 2 giant roly-polies show up, so we lure them to a gate to break it open for us and then struggle to figure out the controls for an airstrike and the solution to a puzzle. We're still not sure if we did it correctly. An earthquake happens and we're all crushed to death, but that's okay, we recover. I fall down a ladder shaft and we swim through some sewers where I learn that despite the fact that I'm playing this game with 5 other people, they're all useless.
I need help. I'm being eaten. Help! Hurry! Hurry! Through the pipes! Hurry! I'm gonna die! Help!
Save the
Oh,
universe!
After climbing out of the sewers and flattening a tank, we take an elevator to another anime convention to murder everyone there too, because apparently no one who goes to these things has ever heard of a shower. We take a diagonal elevator down into the Lambda Lab and the BDSM ninjas are back, so we kill them, which honestly might just be one of their kinks. We meet a scientist who's been trapped in the lab, but it's too hard to listen to what he's trying to tell us, so we move on and take an elevator further down. We run through a coolant area and flood some pools so we can make it to the next area, and I'm pretty sure that whatever we're doing here was probably told to us by that scientist from a moment ago, so if you actually want to know what's happening, blame my friends for being too loud. After wandering around aimlessly for a little while, we swim to the main reactor where we all get electrocuted and have to find our way back again. A couple of times. And then we had a level change, and there was much rejoicing.
Level change, level change, level change!
Yes!
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
We find a test lab with some teleporters that help us learn a new mechanic in a controlled environment, and then we have to apply our newfound knowledge with a trial and error 90s parkour puzzle. Hooray!
It's easy.
Oh my god.
No,
What the fuck?
Welcome to 3D Frogger, everybody.
Now what?
Oh,
What? It
I'm
killed
back.
me?
Oh my god, you
It killed me!
What the fuck?
I didn't get
What?
smashed. That's
Oh,
bullshit.
thank God.
Nothing even hit me.
Fortress
That's
killed
why
me.
I'm game design.
What the
Oh, but now
fuck?
I'm back here. What?
The middle bit just kills you.
Hi.
Cool.
There's just so many crowbars at the bottom of the
Holy
layer.
shit. Don't go through 2. It sends you back to the very fucking beginning.
But then we're graced with a level end, and there was much rejoicing.
Wait, we've
Level change! Level change!
Do it, just change it.
Yay.
Yes. I don't give a shit if I didn't do it.
Nice. Dude, how do we even get there?
I have no idea
How
what
much
is
longer
going
in
on.
this game?
This game gets worse and worse.
We meet some more scientists, and they're probably telling us something important, but everyone's so loud and impatient that we definitely didn't learn anything. But now we've got the long jump boots, which are probably the most 90s thing about this game. You can crouch jump really far now. We feed a teleporter our corpses while we wait for it to activate, and then jump inside and die, but at least it triggered the level change. And now we're at Zen, everyone's favorite level in the entire game, hands down. It's a series of challenging parkour in a very exciting new location with great level design. We randomly find the right way to go and get confused about puzzle solving before we're teleported to the next level. And there was much rejoicing.
Level change!
Hooray!
A testicle that's just about the size of my own attacks us, and we try to lure it to break open a spiderweb wall, but everything's really derpy, and having 7 people now doesn't help it go any faster. We lure the testicle into a pit, and it gets killed by some tentacle hentai, and we're graced with level change. And there was much rejoicing.
Level change!
Woo!
And then we get to probably the apex of bad parts, where we have to use ground buttholes to get to small platforms, so we all beg each other to finish the level, but none of us are good enough at bad 90s parkour to do it. Temmie finally ascends and graces us with a level change, and we all lose our collective minds.
Level change!
Level change!
We run through some random bullshit and change the level, where we all celebrate at this point because everyone's really confused and tired.
Level change!
And now we're in some hatching factory or something, but no one cares, we just want this to be over. We play Plinko and get motion sick going up a spinny elevator while we're attacked by aliens that kill us before we can figure out where they are. But then we finally make it to the level change and cry from happiness.
I'm stuck! No! No!
Level change, please!
I gotta wait for the elevator to come back down.
Go! Do it! Do it!
Yes!
Level change!
And then there was some random tiny filler level.
Level change!
Level change?
Level
Level change! Why was that the level?
Okay. And now we're at the final boss, who is a giant evil baby? Or maybe it's just a giant regular baby, since all babies are pretty much pure evil by default. We struggle to figure out the boss fight mechanics, and I get teleported to a random area so everyone beats them while I'm not even in the room, but whatever, I don't care, as long as it's over. The G-Man teleports us to an elevator and exposits at us for a little bit, before putting us back on the tram from the beginning of the game, where we'll stay for like the next 20 years until he wakes us when he needs us.
Game over.
Special thanks to my patrons for supporting the channel. If you want to support the channel as well, you'll get your own custom avatar that'll go at the end of the videos you helped support that month.
Maya!
I like how most of you fell over dead, but one of you exploded.